They said there is no big three, only a big me. Mm. So we've been having this big three conversation, especially we've been having it for a long time before this battle. But after this battle, we've been having it more. People say, "Who's the next big three? Who are the where is the ranking of the big three right now?" Charlemagne actually proposes there is no more big three. I gotta hear him out, but let's figure it out. Let's see because I've been a little confused with it too.
Nobody ever screwed J. Cole's head off the big three. The reality is there is no big three no more. Because when the big three was supposed to engage, only two of them decided to engage. J. Cole engaged, and then he backed away. And so it was two. And then
Mm, okay, okay, okay. Now I see what Charlemagne's saying here, and so far I could see the knowledge. So far, I kind of can. I don't want to say I fully agree, but I see where you're going, and I kind of go. When you hear a theory and you might not fully believe in that theory, but you go, "Oh, I see how you came there," and might even certain things click in your head different. Where I went, actually, okay, wait a minute, but why is there not a big three? But wouldn't there still be two? Because we're not throwing. What we're not gonna start doing is taking niggas out who engage because of the battle. Now, if you're talking about the lawsuits and all the anti hip hop he did after that, let me let you. Then I agree. But let me let you actually talk. I'm over here predicting.
they engaged. J. Cole engaged, and then he backed away. And so it was two. And then after the two, one reigned supreme, and we know who that was, Mr. Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, and like you said, J. Cole bowed out of that battle, right? You're an MC. You're supposed to be ready for any type of smoke. Now, that doesn't take away his pen. It doesn't take away his catalog. It doesn't take away his consistency. But when it came to that battle, when it came to see who was number one during that time, he bowed out.
And that's a fact too. It's very simple. I've said it 100 times. I'm not gonna keep saying it, but it's just as simple as the big three have to compete. The big three cannot be afraid to compete with anybody. If you want to be in that role, you have to be a fighter. You gotta be. Hip hop is a sport. Hip hop is competitive. You not gonna change that. I'm sorry. It would be anti hip hop for you to try to. So anybody who has to hold that reign has to be willing to fight whoever, especially, and it's not whoever who is worthy of having a battle. You feel what I'm saying? So, what I always say about J. Cole too is I think the annoying part of the "I'm the greatest" or whatever bar still is, bro. You don't have to have your cake and eat it too. On that stage, you said you're basically not a competitor, and you don't want what you just said. You don't want what comes with the big three or what is the greatest rapper title. You don't want that. That is fine. Nobody should force J. Cole to want that, right? Heavy is the head that wears the crown. There is a lot of things that come with it. Murda Mook had a verse about being the best and how what that takes. But the part that is weird to me is I accept you not wanting that. There's a lot that comes with that, and I respect it. But then why are you doubling back and then being like, no, you know what? I do want it. Because on Port Antonio, I would have killed them is a weird statement. And then on the new one, I'm the greatest is a weird statement. So it's just like, you don't have to go with what comes with the big three. But what comes with being the greatest is the scrutiny, is the heavy at the head that wears the crown, is the people dissecting everything you do, is the fandom, the standum, and it's the anti-fandom and standum that'll grow against you. You cannot be the greatest without also taking on all of those things that come with it. It's not going to be a comfortable journey being the greatest of anything. Understand that. You ask someone like Michael Jordan, it's not comfortable, nigga. You're the one with the biggest target on his back. That's what it means too. So that's fine, but like that's where it is. So far I'm following this logic.
Out.
Now,
And,
by
that,
the
and
way,
that was his personal decision.
and when he drops the fall off is probably going to be dope.
It's gonna
We
be
all
dope,
know J.
I'm sure.
Cole.
And that's another thing to say. This does not take away from J. Cole being a great artist. This does not take away from J. Cole being one of technically putting pen to paper and really amazing me a lot of the times. It's not going to take away from his greatness, but to be the greatest of all time, the best, the top of the big three, nah, it's cooked for that. But like, and it's okay. It's okay.
Can rap his ass.
That will never. This era will still be told. This era of hip hop will be told by Drake, Kendrick, and J. Cole. No matter how you feel about those three people, they are the representations of this generation of hip hop. Facts. This whole era, and they have not been dethroned yet. So there still are.
That's off, and he can be your personal favorite. But when it comes to being number one,
and that
sorry for keep pausing, but like I said too. That shouldn't change how you feel. I mean, let me not say that shouldn't change. If that doesn't change how you feel about J. Cole, that's your prerogative, and I love that for you. You know what I mean? Keep going, keep thinking J. Cole is the best, keep da-da-da-da. But what you're not going to do is change my opinion about that. So we going to have to just agree to disagree. And here's the difference. I don't care about your opinion. You care about mine. That's the difference. You know what I mean?
Why y'all sitting here acting like people not acting like J. Cole is a part of that big three because of him bowing out of that battle? That is a thing. That is actually happening.
No, he's still part of the big three. He's just not number one.
I don't think there's no big three no more, period. As Kendrick said, there's no big three. It's just Big Me. Now, if you just want to be technical and say who have been the best of the last 15 years, yes that is still the three.
That's why I say I don't fully agree with the statement because the big three is always, it isn't necessarily judged just by competing, right? The big three has a lot of different elements in it too, just the best of the era, but the greatest of all time. No, that's cooked. It's just cooked for that. That's okay. But that's okay. That's okay. Tim Duncan had a great career. Not everybody's gonna be Michael Jordan or LeBron. That's okay, brother. That's okay. Kobe had a different mentality. Not everybody was willing to do what Kobe did to be the Black Mamba. Not everybody was willing to do what Michael Jordan was doing to be Michael Jordan. And some people might even say one of the gripes, the problems with these people is that they're so focused on being the greatest that they're in their personal lives, they became worse people. And that's true too. But they still had to sacrifice, and that's what made them arguably the greatest of what they do.
Absolutely.
Yep. That's it. But there's a clear number one. And his name is Kendrick Lamar, and I still got Drake at 2, and then Cole would be 3.
But that also,
yes, I fully agree. I agree with that actually. I don't agree with that. There's no big three. That's a bit dramatic. There is a big three, but it's so clear to me that when it comes to competition, competing, Kendrick's on such a different level, or Kendrick, let me just say it. Kendrick had such a different mission than the other two. Kendrick is, out of those three, Kendrick is the most traditional rapper to me. He lives by the rules that niggas like Run DMC set. You know what I mean? Like what hip hop was. He still follows that. He's still a competitor. There are of those three people, Kendrick's the only person who has literal battles on camera against somebody else in person. Kendrick is more of what I learned that I was wrong. I've been a Kendrick fan since Kendrick is out. What I learned from this battle is Kendrick is a battle rapper. Kendrick is a battle rapper. I used to think Drake was with the way that he interacted with battle rap. Nah, he likes battle rap. Like I do believe Drake consumes battle rap and likes battle rap. He don't quite, and let me not say he's not in the culture of battle rap too, but he when he says I study it and I know the rule, he don't live by the rules of battle rap. He's a fan of it. It would be like being a fan of the NBA and Kendrick's like a player of the NBA. It's like it's different. It's different when like the difference when you have a commentary from somebody who used to play the sport compared to somebody who never played it, just analyzed it. To me, Kendrick is more like Gilbert Arenas or Swaggy P or Shaq or the people who play who's giving it. Drake is more of a Stephen A. Smith who didn't really do it but can analyze it. So I don't say there's still a big three regardless, because big three doesn't care about how you feel about it. There's still a big three. They are the three. But when it comes to ranking, why are we even doing that? It's clearly Kendrick is number one by eons, and then maybe you can go between. You could argue the Drake and Cole placement all day long because you can go, well, the apology. Then you can go, the lawsuit. To me, the lawsuit trumps the apology. You'll never win that argument with me. Anyway, the lawsuit way worse than J. Cole's apology. But anyway, so yeah, that's a good little take though. But there is a big three. No matter how you cut it, it's still Drake, it's still Kendrick, it's still J. Cole.